Hello students, this is Gautam Sinha. In my today's class, I am going to discuss about the next life process, that is respiration. First, we will go for what is respiration. That means the definition. Then after, I will go for how does this respiration taking place in organism, and it is betterly called how does gaseous exchange taking place in different animals, from lower animals to the higher animals. That means gaseous exchange in animals. Third one is types of respiration. So students, first we'll go for what is respiration. Respiration is a catabolic process. This term might be for you peoples the first time. Catabolic respiration. Catabolic process. The process in which a macromolecule, that means the big molecule, is going to be broken down and forming the simpler or micromolecules. That process is called respiration. But we will go for the definition, the easiest definition I am just going to give you. It's a process in which the organism takes oxygen, and that oxygen is utilized in the oxidation of food molecules. In this case, the food molecule is the respiratory substrate. So this process is basically, if you go for, it's a complete the vast process, but for the better understanding we will go for its types later on. But how does this respiration taking place in a different organism, we will go right now. Definitely one thing might be coming in your mind, that what is the balanced chemical equation for the respiration. So students, as I told you, in this case respiration, the respiratory substrate is food, and the food, the simplest form which is going to be broken down is glucose. This glucose, in presence of oxygen, as I already told you, is going to be converted into or broken down into CO2. 6 I have done here for the balancing the chemical equation, and again I will do the 6 over here also. It is only for the purpose of balancing. 6 H2O and energy. By the breakdown of one molecule of glucose, 36 as well as 38 ATP molecules are generated. This energy is in the form of ATP. So students, this is a chemical equation, balanced chemical equation of aerobic respiration. Definitely one term right now I told you, aerobic respiration. That the things coming, what is aerobic? That I will go to in the types. respiration is categorized into two types: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. We will go later on. The next one is gaseous exchange in animals. There is a requirement of oxygen for the process of respiration. Then it's having the possibility that this food molecule is going to be broken down. How this oxygen reaching? First in plants. In plants, the oxygen is reaching to the plant cells by attaining openings that are present in leaves, and these teeny openings are called stomata. By these stomata, gaseous exchange takes place in plants. Coming to the animals, lower animals as well as the higher animals. In lower animals, the gaseous exchange only takes place by means of diffusion. Diffusion is the only phenomenon or the guiding principle for the taking of oxygen inside the lower animals, like so many unicellular organisms. When go for the higher level, again I can give the lower organism also, like the members of the phylum Porifers, sponges, Euspongia, cycans. This already you might have studied in class 9 in the chapter diversity. So in this, and as well as the unicellular organism, diffusion is only the principle. By this, oxygen comes and CO2 is going to be out. That means gaseous oxygen taking place by this one. But when the organism is going to be advanced, now in a more developed organism, in more developed animals, they do possess respiratory organs. In higher organism, they do have respiratory organs. With the help of some examples I am going to discuss, like in cockroach, that means the members of arthropoda, they do have spiracles or tracheas for exchange of gases. Respiratory organ is that one. In frog, that the member of amphibia, they do have the exchange of gases takes place by means of skin. That is called cutaneous respiration, and they do have also possess pulmonary one. In case of fishes, that means the member of Pisces, they having gills to carry out this function. And undoubtedly, coming to the human beings, they do have lungs, is the exchange of gases taking place. They have the complete respiratory system tract, starting from the nose to the alveoli. That we'll discuss in the future videos. Right now, so this in gaseous exchange in animals from lower organism to the higher organism takes place in different way. But the motto is very simple: oxygen has to reach the cells. Then after, there is a possibility of breaking down of this food molecule. Now, the next part is types. On the basis of presence of oxygen and the absence of oxygen, the respiration is categorized into two types. One is aerobic respiration and the another one is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration. Types. First one is aerobic respiration. And the second one is anaerobic respiration. Student, I am going to discuss what the differences between these two. As the name suggests, in aerobic respiration, there will be the presence of oxygen. That means when this process is being completed in the presence of oxygen, then it is referred as aerobic respiration. And when this process is completed in absence of oxygen, then it is called anaerobic respiration. This is the simplest definition, the simplest difference. Apart from this, there is also some differences. There is in case of aerobic respiration, the food molecules is completely oxidized. That means they are completely broken down. But in anaerobic, there is an incomplete breakdown of food molecules. So there is, this one is the second difference. In case complete breakdown, in case of aerobic, and in case of anaerobic, incomplete or partial breakdown of food molecules takes place. The third, in aerobic respiration, as a result of breakdown of oxygen, the huge amount of energy is liberated. That means it is released. That is around 38 ATP molecules by breakdown of a single glucose molecule. And but on the other side, in case of anaerobic, the amount of energy which is going to be released is very low. That is 2 ATP molecule. So these are the three differences basically between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. One more thing is there. There is a this is all over from the types. We often respiration, some of the students have a concept that respiration is simply taking of oxygen, releasing of CO2. Some have the opinion energy is released. But actually what happens? The steps. Respiration is completed in basically 2 steps. The steps of respiration. First one is the external respiration, and second one is the internal respiration. External respiration is also called breathing, and internal respiration is called cellular respiration. So first is always breathing, and then after come the internal respiration, that is called cellular respiration. I am just writing both these. First one is external respiration, and second one is internal respiration. This is also called breathing, and this is also referred as, this is the another name is cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. When the oxygen reaches to the cell, then the cellular respiration is taking place. And that cellular respiration explains how the food molecule is going to be oxidized. And this breathing, the first step is simply taking oxygen inside and releasing carbon dioxide outside. But this cellular respiration taking place at the level of cell. When that oxygen is reaching to each and every cells of our body, then the breakdown of food takes place. So this is in the very first class, this first respiration video class, this module. I am going to keep, I have just done all these things. Today you come to know about what is respiration, how does gaseous exchange takes place, what are these types and steps. Steps you can go in the front also, first after definition also. So this is all from this video. In the next we'll discuss much more how this respiration differs from in different organisms, that means the breakdown of glucose by various pathways. Thank you students. Thank you.